Bring in Hassan Ben Imran, an author on international law and Middle Eastern affairs. He joins us live from Ireland. Hassan, thank you very much for your time, first of all. What's your reaction to the decision by the ICJ not to halt German arms to Israel? What's the significance of this decision?
I was definitely hoping that the court would be more clear in the wording of its provisional measures, and it would directly ask for halting the export of arms to Israel. However, as we know, the court, this was not unexpected, in the sense that the court is an extremely conservative court when dealing with the evidence. We have seen this in tens of cases, if not hundreds of cases, throughout the mandate of this court. So I would say, while I and many of my colleagues were hoping that this would come out with more clear and straightforward order to ask Germany to halt its exports, we were not very shocked or surprised. It was kind of expected in a way, but there is a huge positive side to it that is I would say, highlighted or appreciated, in the sense that the elephant in the room has left the room, which is the monetary gold doctrine, or what German defense was trying to do, which is to throw out the case, to dismiss the case on the basis that a third party who is not present in the case is absent from the case. We're discussing the actions of Israel, right? That's how Germany tried to portray it. However, the court did not accept this defense from Germany. The court continued, ruled out the possibility of it not having jurisdiction over the case. So now we move to the next step, which is the merits, which is the major part of the case. This is a provisional measure order, so it's an interim order. The legal weight is much less than what we are expecting in the merit stage. So I would say this is just the beginning, and there is more to come to it.
And Hassan, would you say that this case can be seen as, in some respects, a vindication of international law despite today's ruling? Because it's proving that no country is immune to being held accountable. Would you agree with that?
No country should be immune from accountability. However, I do recognize that we live in an extremely imperfect and unfair world, if I may say that. We're talking about justice here in this question. And the concept of justice is way broader than the international legal mechanisms under international legal regime, which was founded following the Second World War, established by the victors of the world. But this is not to indict the international legal system in totality. The principles of international law are a matter of human consensus. And right here, our job as people that care about justice, about accountability, about the rule of law, is to keep pushing the limits of this system, the imperfections of this system, in order to bring about a better reality and a better legal assessment of the situation. So I would say that it's a legal struggle. And the job of people that are concerned, the lawyers, the legal experts that are concerned about the essence of justice and the rule of law, is to keep pushing the limits of this system, to reform it, to advance the rights of those who are vulnerable, those who deserve protection and deserve to enjoy their rights.
And the case hasn't been thrown out altogether. What happens now? What next?
So right now, the case moves to the merits stage, which is the major proceedings of the court. Now, the court is no longer talking about the provisional measures or the interim orders. The case will discuss the evidence itself. And here is the question. Right now, what's expected of Nicaragua is to provide more solid evidence. What the court was saying is that the claims of Nicaragua are not ruled out in their essence. However, the evidence presented, the circumstances, did not prove the claim of Nicaragua. So right now, we are expecting that the Nicaraguan lawyers, those working with the lawyers of Nicaragua, to present more solid evidence of German complicity in the war crimes. Germany is facing several cases. They're in the court and in their own domestic courts. We in Law for Palestine, together with our partners, we initiated two lawsuits against the federal government. One of them is right now in the Berlin administrative court, in one of the administrative courts in Berlin. So Germany now is not out of the question. Germany is still facing those cases domestically and is still on trial before the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, and Germany has to defend itself against the evidence presented by Nicaragua. But what I would be hoping is that Germany, instead of defending itself against its own actions, is that Germany would change the course of their actions.
Hassan, thank you very much for your time this evening. Hassan Ben Imran speaking to us live there from Ireland.